In municipalities across the nation, our power grid is aging. Every year, hundreds of blackouts leave millions in the dark because of aging electrical infrastructure.
We run into scenarios and problems monthly, sometimes weekly. Some of the breakers down there are 70 plus years old. Nothing is automated or anything, it's all manual. The system up above is open wiring. There's better things out there that could be put in safety-wise. We want to be safe up here. We don't need anybody to get hurt. We all want to go home at the end of the day.
According to the Department of Energy, power outages lasting more than an hour have increased steadily over the past decade. These preventable failures are costing American businesses as much as $150 billion every year.
We are constantly in the fear of something breaking down. You just can't go pick some of these things up off the street.
We've also got some industry in town that, they depend on us to make sure that, we're able to stream electric to them at all times, because when we have an outage, then, that can put them down and cost them millions of dollars.
But for small municipal power companies and industrial facilities, maintaining or replacing their aging electrical equipment isn't necessarily part of their core business. And allocating funds to address these growing problems is often difficult.
In Carmi's case, a lot of the equipment in the power plant is old and it's past its prime and it needs to be replaced, either because of safety concerns or because it's just worn out.
We have kind of been in a situation to where in past administrations at different times, where they could have spent maybe $10,000 or $15,000 a year to fix something, and they've let it go for so long. Now it's going to cost us, $100,000 up to $1 million just to fix what needs to be done. And the money and the revenue's just not there.
Whether you're rebuilding old equipment or getting new equipment, it's very, very expensive.
It's just, a lot of things up here cost a lot of money. We don't mess with small stuff. One thing up here might cost $50,000.
Most of the time they operate their budgets pretty slim. They're having to pull from funds that sometimes they really don't have.
Right now, we have to sift through and do what the main priority is. And once you start something, it's like then it comes along, well, this needs to be replaced, or this needs to be replaced, or this needs to be replaced. So there's not like there's that ending there.
However, investing in resources, processes, expertise, and equipment so customers don't have to be distracted by their electrical, backup generation, lighting, or energy systems doesn't have to be difficult. That's Duke Energy One's core business.
What it means is that Duke Energy One will come into a customer location after someone, either Duke Energy consultants or someone, has determined that there is a need in the customer organization for new electrical equipment, generation, be it power delivery equipment, switchgear, whatever. They will help the customer justify the purchase of the equipment, but then they will also come in and add value by purchasing that equipment on behalf of the customer, owning the equipment for the life of the contract, and maintaining the equipment so the customer can actually use his capital funds to pay more attention to what his business actually is.
And they can strategize on what assets that they own and they're good at and they know what they're doing. They can make better opportunities with those assets.
With a client who's in a production process or any other process, typically he's going to see more of a return on his investment by investing in his process than he would be investing in his utility infrastructure.
Duke Energy One partners with its customers to provide them with the electrical infrastructure they need without the investment. And for the life of the contract, they'll manage and maintain that equipment to make sure it's always operating at peak performance.
Let's say Duke buys a new substation, for instance, a new transformer, and 3 years down the road the transformer has a failure, and so Duke Energy One then would be in charge of not only repairing the transformer but also providing a new transformer or a substitute transformer in its place, so there would be minimal downtime. And Carmi, as a municipality, can predict exactly what their monthly expenses are going to be for the life of the contract.
In their agreement, they're the ones that's taking care of the maintenance and different things. So, that relieves that pressure off of us.
We're going to be able to supply power to our citizens of Carmi at a good cost. We'll be able to keep jobs and be able to do the repairs that obviously we do not have the money to do.
By allowing each customer to direct more of their funds away from energy systems and into their core revenue-generating assets, Duke Energy One has created a lower overall cost service for its clients.
They can put their dollars into the equipment that they know will make them money.
Carmi is like most other municipalities in that they have limited capital resources, but they have aging equipment.
You could take that money and invest in other opportunities that bring a higher rate of return.
This provides him with stability, and he's able to predict what his budget is going to be year after year, and he doesn't always have to go back to management and say, we had an unexpected outage and we had an unexpected failure and I need this money to pay for this and that type of thing.
Knowing that you would have that connection with them, that they're willing to take on that responsibility would be, would relieve a lot of pressure off of us.
Helping customers focus on their core business. That's Duke Energy One.